Welcome back to our metal journey. I'm Brad.
I'm Alena.
If you're new here, we like to do a deep dive into the lyrics at the end, so make sure you hang around for that discussion.
If you would like to support us, please check out our Patreon tiers. You can find the link in the description below.
We also have a Discord server and a Twitter handle, so you can find those links as well. Right, so Alena has requested to do some more Slipknot.
Well, we haven't done one for a while.
It's been a while. The last time we did a Slipknot song, I mentioned at the end that they did have some weirder songs. And you said you liked weird. So I said, okay, let's do a weirder Slipknot song.
I did it to myself, didn't I?
So you've thrown yourself into this one.
Okay.
I take no accountability.
All right.
This is one of their weirder songs, but I really enjoy it. I think it's very good. It's from their early album.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's just jump into it and see what you think.
What's the name of it?
It is called Scissors.
Okay. What is it? What is the sound? Oh my god. What is it? You're enjoying this.
I played doctor for 5 minutes flat before I cut my heart open and let the air out. 3 bugs, a pound of dust, some wind spilled below me. In the strangest manner that had broke away my tears found as I lie there. When my time spread wide open, a black widow went off on me. A sweet order, the candle that I selected. She said, don't hesitate, just do what you intended of me. It's understood between the lines of skin. Just cause I am not, don't mean that I can feel. I wasn't very much fun to be with anyway. Just let the blood run, cause I can't feel. It's understood between the lines of skin. Just cause I am not, don't mean that I can feel. I wasn't very much fun to be with anyway. Just let the blood run, cause I can't feel. Until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time. It's time. Biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right. Biding my time, it's time. Biding my time until the time is right. Biding my time until the time is right. Biding my time until the time is right. Biding my time, it's time. Biding my time until the time is right. Biding my time until the time is right. Biding my time until the time is right. Biding my time, it's time. Biding my time.
It's not the end, but that's a good pause place.
Well, there are a lot of strange noises, which I don't understand how they're making them. I assume it's not just traditional instruments.
Yes. Well, I mean, one of the guys in the band has a turntable, so they can like put in samples and things like that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even if it's a sample, it was created by some instrument, right?
I'm not actually sure. I don't know the composition of that stuff. It could just be, like recorded sounds that are not instruments as well.
Well, it did sound like they were, like at the beginning, like it was just, how to say, like when you're sharpening something against something else.
I was thinking even like scrubbing something clean. It's got that kind of sound.
But something like metal, that it creates this really uncomfortable sound.
Yeah, uncomfortable is a good word for the song, actually.
Yeah, and then there was a bit of like, also like metal, like I don't even know what it was, like shaking something. Yeah, so it was like scrubbing, shaking, then hitting something, also metal.
All these like tactile kind of sounds.
Yeah, that was really weird. And then now at the beginning, in the middle of the song, like the way it's not even singing, I don't know what it is. It's just making all those really weird noises.
It is still vocal, but no longer singing.
Yeah. Well, I can't say like I can't straight away say that there is a melody. It's more like shouting. And it's switched between like normal voice and shouting, normal voice and shouting. Like like there are two people like one person, and then he's like a monster inside, like a Hulk that tries to get out.
So almost at war with himself.
Yeah, like a person tries to contain that monster inside, but then the monster tries to get out, and sort of shows himself with these strange shouts and voices. All
right, let's get back into it. But I mean, you're not hating it. Is it engaging? Is it interesting?
Well, it is interesting. It does have like, it's still, I don't know how they do it, but it still has this drive that you want to hang on to that. And like you want to let your emotions free and run wild.
Liberating.
Yeah, that's a good word.
I know, that's why I thought of it.
Suddenly, everyone against me, everyone beside me, clawing away scratching away the absence. One more, two more, everyone wants more. One more, two more, everyone wants more. Inside the places that I hide from you, I want to see you splayed before me. You are the only one that I would rather see before me. You want it, you need it, you want it, you need it, you want it, you need it, you want it, you need it. Don't mind, I die, don't mind, I ride, I want, I don't want to, don't mind, I want, when I die, I want to die, I'd rather die, I wanna die, you bad, you bad, you bad, I don't need you anymore.
Whoa. That was intense.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like it. I can't understand why.
Me too. It makes me so uncomfortable. Like almost, like actually, I legit get like emotional at the end there.
Yeah, and it's like it's not even like singing because there's so much other noises in there, like and all the breathing that also is incorporated in the song. Like usually you know people try not to record actually the breathing
the
in the
breath,
song.
yeah,
But
yeah.
here like the breathing also was particularly
Well, it makes it real.
yeah.
It gives you the raw emotion of it.
I don't know how it's possible to create that. I want to see the video, like
I
the
don't know if there
studio,
is one.
the studio recording or something. How a person can do that? That's super impressive. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand why. And I don't know why I like it because it's just screaming. There's no like half of it is not even clean vocals, and there is no melody that I usually like, and there is no nothing that I usually like. That is so confusing.
Is it maybe like just the purity of it and the honesty of it?
Yeah, I think so because it just feels so human, and I don't know. I just want to go and save that person.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much pain and emotion in there that you just want to go and shield someone from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I don't know, it's very emotional.
I'm emotional.
I know that.
I think I see tears.
No, you don't. Yeah, it's very, very impressive. I think I want to hear it again. Well, I don't actually know what to say, and all those strange sounds, how they, I just don't know how it's more like a, not even the music, but a performance.
Piece of art.
Yeah.
All-encompassing piece of art.
But you know, like sometimes they do sort of those performances in the gallery when people who come in and visit can just go and do something, and it's a performance in itself. So it feels kind of that very alive and not restricted by any kind of rules.
Yeah, there's no like perfect structure, and you know, like it's not like following musical convention and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And even like poetical convention. Poetic.
There's nothing conventional about this song. Yeah. I also, it struck me a little bit how it was repeating this phrase about time and biding my time. And I remembered how in the Patient song of the Tool, it was also kind of about creating the atmosphere of time passing by, but it's just so different. Like the words are almost the same, but the way they are incorporated in the song are so completely different and create like completely different sense.
Yeah,
and
one's like almost not fighting boredom, but just like sort of a perseverance, and this is just completely different.
Yeah, so in that song, in the Tool song, it was all sort of creating this sense of routine and the time passing by and the endlessness of it, and how it was tiresome. And here, every time this line was just shouted out, it just sort of shows like the breaking point is so close, and it's just getting closer and closer and closer with the intensity of the voice. Yeah, I think like it's amazing how this atmosphere is created. Yeah, I'm truly impressed.
Okay.
Very
glad. Lyrics. Shall we get into that? This is another one, of course.
I feel like I'm sort of on the minefield because it feels like it's about something in particular, but yet I can't guess what it might be. Like I get the sense that it's about self-harm, mainly because of the I think the name of the song, the title, and there were some lines like, before I cut my heart open, I play doctor for 5 minutes, and then all this kind of screeching and cracking in the music also create the sense. So
just before we get into it, this, what I was going to say is this is another one of those that I've heard a million times, but I've never actually delved into the lyrics. So because there's enough spoken words here that I know what the lyrics are, but I've never actually taken the time to piece them together and think about what the song means. And you know, I only just know lines here and there without the context of the rest of the song. So this is a bit of a first analysis for me as well.
Okay.
But since you don't know the song at all, I'll let you take the lead here.
Well, as I said, it's hard to say something like specific that's happening here. So, well, I play doctor for 5 minutes flat before I cut my heart open. So it's hard to see whether it's literal or it's a metaphor for something. But I did get the sense, like from the whole song, and I think it is that hard to analyze this song because it's not, you can't just break it into fragments.
Well, it doesn't have that structure that we're speaking about.
Well, not only about the structure, but because it just creates this whole feeling that you can't just break into different sub-feelings, you know, that you are coming to it. It's just...
everything is all built on top of each other.
Yeah, so sort of emotion is stronger than the sense in those words. So when you try to look into the words, you're almost like losing the part of the emotion that it creates.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And also just because of it creates this chaos, obviously intentionally, for this to give you get a very clear sense of this like inner turmoil and confusion. And you know, when you're in an overloaded emotional state, you're not just rationally thinking from one feeling to the next. Everything is all jumbled up inside and mixed up and coming out in different ways. So I think that's a really good point.
Okay.
Should I give you my two trains of thought on the beginning there?
Yeah.
Right? So firstly, yes, I agree. Cutting / self-harm. Then secondly, and it alludes to little bits later. Okay, well, let me just set the stage. Basically, throughout the song, there's a few different ways I could see this going. Maybe it's one of them. Maybe it's a couple of them. Maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's double meaning. You know, maybe it is actually meant to be all of these, and it is all just jumbled up in one. But basically, the self-harm part, drug abuse part is another one, and then also even a relationship, like with a woman, a man with a woman, because even like that first phrase of playing doctor is like an expression that people would use for sex, basically.
Okay.
I don't know how widely used it is, but I have heard it used in that context. So parts of this also feel like heartbreak, or you know, just some sort of destructive relationship with the woman as well, in addition to the self-harm and the drug use. So I'll let you take it from there, but yeah, these are sort of the three main themes I'm getting, and different parts of the song are touching on different aspects of that. I feel.
Okay. Well, I feel that it's kind of in a battle with something, with like alter ego, or as I was saying in the pause that we made, that I did sense that there was some kind of like a monster inside that the protagonist tries to fight, but it's not really working for him. And I would say that through the whole song, it seems like that person is overwhelmed by the monster inside, and is just covering his skin in order to make it look like he's a monster on the outside too, because he lost that battle.
Okay.
And I think by the end of it got like really, really intense, because basically that conflict was lost, and he like completely turned into that monster. And also I think there's a guilt there, because this protagonist doesn't have a sense of self-worth. He says, it wasn't very much fun to be with anyway. He says he doesn't have heart at some point, and he doesn't have feelings.
Or even in the beginning there, where it says like, so before I cut my heart open and let the air out, 3 bugs, a pound of dust, some wind spilled before me. So I was taking that to mean like he's dead inside, but that dead inside could be feeling, but it could also be the sense of self-worth, you know, like feeling like you have no value inside of you.
Yeah, so he basically doesn't feel human, because and I wonder actually, so he does say that he can't feel. And just because I have nerves don't mean that I can feel. But before that, it talks about, like in the verse before that, it talks about injection, and so I'm wondering if that injection is basically just to kill the pain, and then after that, that's why he doesn't feel anything, and that's how he actually can like do all that cuts and just let the blood run red, because I can't feel, because he's desensitized by the drugs, but he also feels like he's empty inside, and because of that, like alter ego is talking to him constantly, and like telling that he's not worth anything. I think if you go down there, someone is behind, someone is inside me. So I think someone is inside me. It does refer to to the monster.
And just to tie into what you're saying, there's also the other line of in the strangest manner that had broke away my tear spout. So I think that's indicating that like you can't even cry anymore. Like there's just numbness. There's no emotion left. Like unable to even cry anymore.
Yeah. And then there's this long piece of just repeating, biding my time until the time is right, showing that the person is on the edge. And if we go further, so I can't really get the sense of what the piece is about when he says, I want to see you spread before me. You are the only one that I would rather see before me. So I'm not really sure who he's addressing.
Well, this is the part where I feel maybe it could be the woman in the story, or it could just be the alter ego. But like the reason I get a sense that there could be a woman in the story is firstly it talks about a black widow, and the black widow, you know, often referred to in the sense of a woman.
Can Black Widow be some kind of a, you know, drug or the image of death? Or?
Yeah, so a black widow had offered me a sweetheart tube as I injected the Candid or Candide. I'd seen it in two different ways, I'm not sure, that I selected. She said, don't hesitate, just do what you want to do to me. So I guess that could be one of either. It was like the woman that had encouraged him to use drugs, or it could be that it's just a personification of the drug, and that actually it's just the woman character is the drug itself. I don't know.
Possible.
Could go either way.
Yeah. Okay.
But then even just beyond that, so just to continue the thought of some of the woman in the story imagery. There's that. There's referred to bitch somewhere. It was another female connotation. And then I can't find it exactly now, but it was something along the lines of I almost got the sense of the cutting was to like sort of to release himself of this woman. So like there was all these emotions, all this heartache of some sort, and I almost got the sense that by cutting, then he's hoping to like just rid himself of these feelings of this woman, to like release this woman, to get this woman out of his system. That's the kind of feeling I got there.
Okay. Well, I don't think, like, I don't see here a reference to the romantic relationship. I would say, to me, it's more like a dialogue to himself, and because, you know, it's Caesar's, and then at the end there were those phrases like "you want it, you need it." So it seems like someone is talking to the mirror.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and so Caesar's also is the place like we usually keep it like in the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point. So literally talking to yourself in the mirror in the bathroom. That's cool. Good spot.
Yeah, and then like don't lie, I die, you lie, I lie. That's also sort of talk to his alter ego.
Yeah, lying to yourself.
Yeah, and then he sort of sees that the only way is basically to die and purge that monster.
Yeah, all these things that I've said in the context of the woman, that they could easily be transferred to be talking about like yourself as well, your other self. And it could even be like cutting, if the female personification is the drug, it could even be like cutting yourself to get the drugs out.
Oh, no, I haven't thought of that.
I don't know. But
it does seem very intense. Yeah, I don't think I can get anything more out of it. It just seems like the more you talk about it, the less, like the more in the emotional, like the less emotion you get from it.
Okay. Well, are you glad you heard it?
Yeah, I told you I like weird.
Did it live up to expectation of being weird?
Well, you can't expect like certain type of weirdness because if you expect something, it's not weird anymore.
True.
Yeah, it was definitely unexpected, and I'm very curious to like what it actually means. Maybe there are some interviews or comments of the writer of the song, and I'm also curious about all the different sounds, how they were made, whether it was an instrument or just recording of some random sound, or and maybe it's also, I wonder, is there like a music video to that?
I don't know. So songs from this time, but like we've discussed previously, were pre-YouTube. So I never grew up listening to the song with a video. It was always just on a CD.
I can't even remember time pre-YouTube. But okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. Hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did, and we'll see you again for some more Slipknot soon.
Thank you for watching.